I got Sam Ramsamy, the International Olympic Committee board member. So he's one of the elite, one of the big dogs when it comes to the Olympic Games. That he's not just going to talk about Team South Africa. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Rio, the preparation, how close we are. Mr. Ramsamy, welcome to Sport at 10. Your history when it comes to the Olympics is massive. You led us in 1992, and now we're at the gateway of another Olympic Games.
It's wonderful for us to be there. And of course, there's been progress all along since 1992.
That was your first Olympics with South Africa, taking the South African team to Barcelona.
Yeah, not only was I there taking the South African team, Madiba was there.
Wow.
And Madiba was, of course, being looked after as a head of state, although he was not a head of state then. And of course, you know, Madiba cheered us all the way, and I believe that to some extent the unity that we got, the cohesion we got, was because of Madiba.
Now, one thing that Utata was about Africa and how Africa is important. And then I look at SASCOC and I look at how the South African athletes qualifying via Africa was no longer good enough. If you were the best in Africa, that was not enough to get to the Olympic Games. So sports like hockey, where they're the #1 men and women's teams in the African continent, they're not at the Olympics because they weren't good enough beating the Europeans. That seems for me a little bit unfair.
It's not unfair, simply because all the federations had the option, and the option was all of them will qualify with the international standards. Unfortunately for football, or shall I say fortunately for football, there is no international qualification tournament.
There's no other competitions.
And that is why through Africa.
The CAF competitions to get to the Olympic Games.
That was the only reason, but all the others had the option of qualifying overseas and outside.
Because there was a time, Mr. Ramsamy, where you could simply qualify by being the best in Africa. You win the African Championship, you're going to go to the Olympic Games.
If that were the case, we're taking about 130 athletes, we take 500 athletes. And I am certain you know that we're not going to come back with 500 medals. So we had to have, we need to do a weeding process, and the weeding process was necessary. For instance, in the same thing in track and field, we don't take people with B qualifications. In swimming, we don't take kids with the B qualification.
That hurt the women, though.
Yes.
Because we don't even have a woman swimming in the pool at the Olympic Games, and that's a sport you're very passionate about.
That's right, and of course I was the founding president of Swimming South Africa. And you know, I was present there when this young girl just couldn't make it by 1/100th of a second. We were all disappointed, but that was the qualification procedure. The swimmers knew about it, the federation knew about it, and that was undoubtedly a qualification procedure, and we had to keep to it.
Can I put you in a corner, though? Because when we look at, say, Penny Haynes, in 1992, she was essentially hopeless at the Olympic Games. But the experience of being at the Olympic Games in 92 meant that she was a champion in 96. Now, we don't have, we're not even giving those kids that opportunity to say, I was there, I saw the lights, I know what it's about, now I can go do better at the next event.
In 1992, we just felt our way into the Olympic Games. We didn't have a qualification system then, and we took those people, but that doesn't indicate that because Penny went to the Olympic Games, that is why she did well in 1996. I believe Penny would have done well even if she hadn't gone to the Olympic Games in 1992. We had to take a swimming team, we decided on the number, and no doubt Penny qualified on that number basis. So there's nothing controversial about it. And also, what's wonderful about this particular system, all the national federations have agreed in advance. That is how they would go, and that is how they would qualify. So therefore, it's
done and dusted.
Done and dusted, not because it's controversial within the public's forum. It's non-controversial within the international federation, within the national federation. All of them knew what they were going to do, and for instance, unfortunately, this young girl missed it out by 1/100th of a second.
Can I ask you something else, Mr. Ramsamy? When it comes to some of the sports that are now new to the Olympic Games, for instance, we've got rugby coming with the sevens rugby, golf is there, tennis has not been there for too long. Is that working?
It
Because
will.
you're seeing the big names not wanting to come. I mean, if you take golf, they're all running away because they've got bigger events to focus on. So why have these sports at the Olympics?
Yeah, I believe that all sport want to be in the Olympic game. There's no doubt about it. Cricket wants to be at the Olympic
But
game.
the athletes don't necessarily want to be
Now,
there.
the athletes wanted to be there. But I think here the issue in Rio is the issue of worrying about the health issues more than anything else. And for instance, the Irish golfer, he decided, he decided last year or the year before he's going to represent Ireland at the Olympic Games. Now suddenly he has changed his mind about it. And of course, that doesn't indicate at all that we do not have the highest qualifiers. For instance, we have Danny Willett, who won the Augusta Masters. He's going to be there. We have Henrik Stenson, who won the, of course, they call it the Open.
That was fortunate. It just happened the other day,
The British Open is going to be there. So the best players will be there.
But Day is not there, Spieth's not there.
Yeah, but that doesn't indicate that, well, we know what happened to Day and Spieth at the Open. So that might not be necessarily a bad thing that they're not there.